Happy Saturday, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. This is Tonetta, your relationship coach here at Speak Your Truth. And I wanted to bring you all this video this morning based off of some of the comments in some of the posts yesterday or this week, and also a conversation that I had with my partner this morning as well. So I definitely want to make sure that I brought this to you, and is actually talking about the red flags. Some of you all may know what red flags are, and some of you may not. To me, those red flags are those indicators, or those experiences, are those things that may come up that you may be kind of leery about, that you may want to question, that may not sound right to you, or that may not even feel right to you. I guess I put it that way. And don't even sound right to you. I guess I say that as well. Like I said, those red flags are those things that you definitely want to look at, that you definitely want to question your partner or your significant other about, because they can definitely affect you in the future. Not all of them, but definitely a lot of them can. Some of them may turn around, you never know. But like I said, with the red flags, definitely make sure that you're questioning your partner if something seems like it's strange or something's not right. And like I said, I do have 10 things that I'm going to go over with you as well, that's giving you 10 particular red flags that you can, of course, look at, think about, that kind of thing, for your relationship or for your next, or if you're dating, that kind of thing, a person that you're dating, you're trying to get to know, and you're wondering what's going on with this person, why they're always standoffish, why they're this, why they're that. Like I said, that could be a red flag for you and for that relationship. And like I said, just keep in mind, I know the red flags, I know folks, I've seen a lot of red flags in relationships I've had in the past. I'm not exempt from that either. But I'm just wanting you to know that once you, of course, recognize and find out what the red flags are and see these red flags, and this person showing you who they are, you have to believe them. Like I said, at some point, and I'll get into that later as well, but we always want to fix things and try to work on our partner and do all these things. Just keep in mind that you cannot change anybody. If that person's showing all these behaviors and doing all these things, just keep in mind that sometimes you can, of course, plant seeds, try to talk to the person. You all have a conversation several times over whatever issues that they are, but just keep in mind that you cannot technically change anyone. They have to be willing to, of course, take responsibility for whatever their actions were, and of course, change themselves. And thank you, Esther, for tuning in this morning. I hope you're doing well. So let's definitely keep that in mind. Like I said before, if somebody's showing you who they are, definitely believe them. So let me get into the 10 red flags that I wrote down for you all. Like I said, so that you can be kind of clear. I'm sure there's a lot others. I'm sure that. But these are, like I said, the main 10 things that I've experienced. Or something, well, most of them I've experienced, I guess I can say, in my past relationships. I guess I'd say that. So let me get to the first one. The first one is lack of communication. Of course, the lack of communication or no communication. The person that you're with, of course, is not willing to express themselves, express their feelings, or even want to talk to you on a different level when they get to a certain point. If you're trying to find out what's going on in that person's day, what's happening, what happened with your family, or what happened with whoever it was, and they're not really giving you any answers, or don't want to talk about it, or they seem to be getting very defensive, getting mad at you and saying all these different things, like I said, that's definitely a red flag. Just keep in mind that if that person is not willing to communicate early on in the relationship, or sometimes it may change when you're in a relationship as well, the person may stop talking, or something may happen, and they may not want to communicate anymore. Not communicating, like I said, you cannot have a relationship when there's not any good communication going on, I guess I put it that way. Yes, you can talk about surface level things, the house, the bills, the kids, or whatever the case may be. But if you all are trying to talk, and you're trying to talk to your partner about intimate things, what's going on, what happened, trying to problem solve, and trying to, of course, help you all move forward. And if that person is not willing to do so, like I said, that's definitely a red flag for you all. Or if it's not for you, all for you, I guess I put it that way. Number 2, the person, of course, is irresponsible, immature, or have unpredictable behavior. Someone who is, of course, working on still growing up, I guess I put it that way. Can't manage basic life skills, and can't really be relied on. Of course, I've had a partner like that as well. Like I said, you definitely have to know that if a person, of course, is immature, irresponsible, can't even manage, of course, whether it's paying a bill, can't even manage, of course, part of the household, whatever you all's duties are in the household, cooking, cleaning, keeping themselves intact, I guess I put it that way as well, making sure the car has gas if y'all driving, that kind of thing, making sure that y'all, of course, paying the bills on time, getting things done. Like I said, that's definitely a red flag. And if you're already in the relationship, of course, that's going to create issues. And if you're dating somebody that, of course, you're seeing these red flags, you've been dating them for a while, you're wondering what the heck is going on, why can't they manage this, and talking about their phone got cut off, that's why they couldn't contact you, or the lights cut off, whatever it was, like I said, that's definitely a red flag that this person still has some growing up and some maturing to do. Number 3, lack of trust. If this person cannot be honest with themselves, I put it that way, and honest in sometimes it can be malicious. Sometimes it can definitely be a learned behavior. Just keep that in mind. But if they cannot be honest with themselves and take any kind of responsibility for anything that's, of course, occurring or anything that has happened, and at least tell you the truth about these things, that is definitely a red flag. We can see things all day long. We can see, of course, if our partner didn't pay the bill, but you're asking them what happened. I did so and so. I forgot this. Sometimes, yes, you may forget. But if it keeps being a pattern is what I'm talking about. A pattern that this person, of course, cannot be truthful in anything that they're telling you. Whether you see something, I don't know, I just pick something simple, a dirty dish in the sink, and you know that you all are the only ones that's there. You get home from work wondering why the dish wasn't clean or whatever it is, and he's like, oh, I didn't do that. You put that in there just outright lying, I guess I put it that way. Like I said, you definitely would know that that's definitely a red flag. That's nothing that you want to play with. I guess, like I said, if they cannot be honest with themselves, like I said, they're definitely not going to be honest with you. And like I said, that the honesty and that integrity and that lack of good character, like I said, that definitely breaks the trust within you all's relationship, and that would definitely affect the bond in the relationship as well. So definitely keep that in mind as being a red flag. Number 4, your significant family and friends are wondering what's going on, and they don't really care for this person. I guess I put it that way. I have experienced this as well, actually. But like I said, people who know you well, know you best, like your close family and friends, and even some coworkers. I guess if you all are going out to, work functions and that kind of thing, and the people are asking you what's going on with this person, something's not adding up, something seems strange, why they're acting this way, that kind of thing. That is definitely something that you want to look at and, of course, further address with those people and, of course, with your partner as well. Don't ignore those things. If people know you best and wonder why you're with this kind of person and don't understand why this person's in your life or all these issues that you all may be having and see what's going on, that kind of thing, and they're not really liking this person, sometimes, yes, that can be. Some people are jealous, that kind of thing as well. But if you have people in your family, your friendship group that, of course, know you well and know what kind of person you are and know how you behave and know how you, of course, interact with others, but they're seeing this partner that you have and they're like, something's off with this person. This is not the kind of person that I can see my friend or my child with, or that kind of thing. Definitely listen. Like I said, I know some may be jealous at times. That may come off like that to some people, or some people may be all upset because, of course, they're just getting into this relationship and their family saying they don't like this person or whatever it is. Like I said, definitely make sure that you take a step back and think about things. Like I said, they know you and you may not be realizing what's going on or realizing those red flags that they may see. Like I said, definitely make sure that you're asking those things, I guess, of your family and friends to elaborate on those things. And like I said, definitely talk to your partner about them as well. Number 5, controlling behavior. Now this, of course, it can come in many different forms, but controlling behavior, of course, when your partner is trying to control the things that you do, say, who you hang around, that kind of thing, and trying to drive a wedge in between you and your best friends or you and your family because it's not nothing that you're doing with them. They don't want to see you going out. They don't want to see you having fun with somebody else unless it's them. Like I said, that's definitely the controlling behavior. That's definitely a red flag that hopefully you should notice. I guess I put it that way. And I know I keep saying that you should notice. In my eyes, we all have some type of intuition, some type of something that's in us that tells us that something don't seem right, that something's off with the person. Listen to those signals. Don't just, like I said, ignore those red flags. Don't ignore those. Making sure that you listen to those. But like I said, all that controlling behavior, trying to divide and conquer and that kind of thing with you, and making sure that you're only talking to them and going out with them and doing things with them and nobody else, like I said, that's definitely, or if you get on the phone with your girlfriends and they're in the background, trying to overtalk you and asking you all these questions and trying to divert your attention, like I said, that's definitely a red flag. So make sure that you're looking at that. Number 6, feeling insecure in the relationship. Now, this is one that I know, I can say I felt this way as well, but I know others may have felt this way as well. Not knowing where you stand in the relationship. You're not sure if you're moving forward. You're not sure what's going on, that kind of thing. You feeling like you're stagnant and are moving backwards. Like I said, at some point, You have to realize that if your partner's, if you're feeling that insecurity inside your relationship, you have no idea where you stand, and you're trying to talk to your partner about things and figure out what's going on and how you all can best move forward. I've done that before, trying to work on the relationship, and I was the only one that was working on the entire relationship. I guess I put it that way. And like I said, that's definitely a red flag. You have to definitely know that at some point, if you're the only one who's trying to make things work, I don't care if you're in a marriage or if you're in a committed relationship or you're trying to date somebody, if you're the only one who's trying to make the communication work and make the sex work and make all these things work in this relationship, paying all the bills, trying to get things, I guess, the house clean or whatever it is. I don't care whatever it is. If you're the only one in the relationship that's doing all these things and is making you very insecure and is making you, of course, resentful and hateful of this person, I put it that way, that is definitely a red flag. Do not overlook that. Number 7. It seems like, okay, a dark or secretive past. If you've been with somebody, you've been dating this person, or you all have gotten married now, that kind of thing, or you all were in a committed relationship, whatever your status is, and you feel that this person's having some things just don't seem right to you, I guess about this person's past, and they're not looking to, of course, you're asking them what happened in the past, and did somebody molest you, or did somebody do this to you, did you have a bad, whatever it is, upbringing, or whatever it is, and this person's refusing to, of course, address those things, and of course just saying that it's nothing, I'll be fine, everything was well, that kind of thing, and not give you any kind of details, that should give you a red flag as well. Like I said, if there's a person that's in your life that you're looking to, of course, dating or in a marriage with, and like I said, you still have no idea where this person grew up at, what happened, whether their parents were together, what happened in their childhood, were they bullied, anything that's going on. Like I said, that should be a red flag to you. Yes, granted, some people, of course, have issues with, of course, expressing themselves, I guess, and it sometimes take time for trust to, of course, develop. I understand that, trust me, I definitely understand that, but it doesn't take years to develop, I'll put it that way. Yes, it may take 6 months to a year, that kind of thing, depending on how you all are moving inside your relationship, but if it never happens, it never unveils, and you never find out what's going on with this person, or what happened in this person's past life, or whatever, like I said, that's definitely a red flag, and something that you should definitely look at. And speaking about past and different things like that, Number 8, non-resolution of past relationships. And this doesn't just mean dating, it means family and friend relationships as well. If this person is telling you all the time that whoever they were dating in the past or married to, or their family and friends or whoever it is, always doing something to them, always making them mad, always whatever it is, and broke up the relationship, however the relationship broke up, but it's always the other person's fault. Like I said, that's definitely a red flag for you. Like I said, it's never all no one person's fault in a relationship. I don't care if it's your significant other, if it's your partner, if it's your mom, your daddy, your friends, your coworkers, whoever it is, it always takes 2 to tango. And I know y'all have heard me say that many a times in this group, but it always takes 2 to tango. There's not one person that's always in the wrong, always doing this to somebody, and they're never taking any kind of responsibility. Just keep in mind, if that's the case, this is definitely a red flag for you. And just keep in mind that if your partner is always doing this and always saying these things about everybody in their life that has messed up and did them wrong and did all these things, like I said, that's definitely a red flag. But just keep in mind, if you're moving forward with this person, that's not going to change. You're going to be done the same way. I'm pretty sure that. I can tell you that because I know I went that as well. So like I said, you definitely have to know that if this person is not taking any kind of responsibility for anything, that person, of course, is just a person that is at this present point is not going to take any responsibility at all, and is going to blame things on you when something goes haywire and something goes wrong as well. And like I said, they can feel however they want to feel, but like I said, definitely that is a person. That is definitely a red flag. Number 9, the relationship is built on the need to be needed. If you're getting into a relationship with somebody, if you're dating at this present point, or if you're in a committed relationship and you all are looking towards marriage, that kind of thing as well, if you know or have some kind of suspect, I guess, understanding of this person, of course, is constantly wanting you to, of course, love them, or constantly wanting you to, of course, fulfill whatever needs that they have. Like I said, and expecting for you to make them happy all the time, expecting for you to, of course, be their only, be their all, be their whatever it is. Like I said, that should be definitely a red flag to you. All relationships are built on complementary needs and actions and all those kind of things. A relationship is not there to complete you. But if you feel that this person is, or you and this person are creating a codependent relationship, the person's only there just to depend on you and just to get whatever they can from you, or whatever the case may be, like I said, that's definitely a red flag for you. And I want to thank you all for tuning in. Esther, again, Mabel, Andre, Patty, Abigail, and Valerie. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you're doing well. And like I said, this number 9 is, like I said, expecting your partner to, of course, complete you instead of compliment you. That is an issue, and that is a red flag. And that's definitely something that you should look at in your relationship. I don't care if you're married or not, or whatever the case is. If this person is always expecting you to be their end all, know all, be all, and to give you all, I guess, for you to give them all this love, for you to do all these things, and they're not even giving you anything in return, like I said, that's definitely a red flag for you, and something that you would have to look at or address at some point. It depends on how you want to address it. It's kind of up to you, but like I said, it's definitely a red flag. And number 10, this is the last and final one. Any type of abusive behaviors is always a red flag, whether that's emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, any of those kind of things. Those are always a red flag. And if those things were happening, definitely seek help. Like I said, we all know, me being a social worker for over 20-something years, I know that I know that I've seen a lot of abusive relationships. My own parents were in an abusive relationship. I know how that looks, and I know what that can do to a person, I guess I put it that way as well. So if it's definitely happened to you, just keep in mind that any abusive behaviors, talking to you crazy, disrespecting you all the time, telling you that you're ugly, or hitting you in the face, or pushing you, anything along those lines, or talking about they're going to kill you if you leave, anything like that, just keep in mind all those things are red flags, and they should not be ignored. So like I said, again, all these things I just went over, the lack of communication, irresponsible, immature, and unpredictable behavior, lack of trust, significant family and friends don't like your partner, the controlling behaviors, feeling insecure inside the relationship, I guess a dark or secretive past, non-resolution of past relationships, relationship built on needs, on a need to be needed, and then abusive behavior. Just keep in mind that all these things are, of course, red flags in a relationship. Like I said, I know these are just 10, but there may be more, I'm pretty sure. And if you have some other red flags, definitely comment and put those down below. But like I said, these are the ones I want to address and bring to you all this morning. It's like I said, when a person is showing you these things, at some point you have to believe who they are. Yes, it's fine and dandy that you're trying to get to know this person, that kind of thing, or you're married to this person, or whatever it is. But like I said, you definitely have to know that at some point, if you're consistently unhappy, you're dealing with all these kind of issues, somebody's, I don't know, telling you you're crazy, or trying to control your entire, I guess, life and that kind of thing, or telling you that they're not going to talk to you about certain situations or whatever's going on. Like I said, you have to make a choice. Yes, you can continue on in that path with that person to be unhappy for how many ever years is really up to you. But at some point, you definitely have to make a choice as to whether you want your happiness and your sanity and your peace, or you're going to stay with this person and be unhappy and be unpeaceful and still be abused or still be insecure, have no idea where you stand in this relationship. You have to decide that. Of course, I'm a coach. I mean, I know there's other therapists, counselors, whoever it is. Nobody can decide those kind of things for you. So I said all that to say, like I said, if a person is showing you who they are, you must believe them. Yes, I know that we're in relationships. My last relationship, a few years ago, I was in a relationship for 7.5 years. And a lot of these things that's on this list is a lot of things that we were going through for those 7.5 years, I put it that way, or at least for majority of the relationship. And I had to make it. Well, I had already thought about it already, but like I said, I had to make a choice whether I'm going to stay with this person for more years and be unhappy and have them controlling my life, or trying to control my life, or whatever it was, or no communication, have a bad mood all the time, don't care about nothing else. I had to decide whether I'm going to sit there and deal with that, or whether I'm going to actually take the actions to actually leave this relationship. And that's what I did. Like I said, I can't tell you all what to do. Yes, if you want to talk about it with me as a coach, yes, we can definitely talk about that. But like I said, at some point you have to take action if you're wanting to be happy. I know at times we do get with the wrong partners. I know that. But like I said, we invest all this time. That was 7.5 years of my life that I invested into that particular relationship. But like I said, I had to make a choice whether it's me or them. I put it that when I chose myself. Like I said, at some point we have to choose ourselves. I just want to make sure that you all keep that in mind. And just talking about that for tomorrow, just keep in mind that we do have taboo conversations at 6 o'clock in the evening, Central Standard Time. And tomorrow I'm talking about knowing yourself and knowing how you're going to show up in your relationships. I guess I put it that way. And it doesn't matter if you're single, it doesn't matter if you're married or committed or whatever. You still have to know know yourself and know how you're going to show up in this particular relationship. So with that, I want to say thank you all again for tuning in. Let me see, Esther, Mabel, Andre, Patty, Abigail, Valerie. I want to thank you all for tuning in. And like I said before, I know these were just 10 red flags that I wrote down, but I know there's a lot more. So if you all want to drop some down in the comments, definitely feel free to do so. I just want to thank you all again for tuning in. But I just want to say again that if a person is showing you who they are, you definitely have to believe them. I don't care how many years you spent in that relationship. I don't care what all you've put into that relationship. I guess I put it that way. At some point, you have to choose yourself or you're choosing them. I guess I'd say that. So with that, everybody have a great rest of your day. Take care, y'all.